Okay, so BTC will either break this support or it will bounce that. Okay, so we need to see how we need to position ourselves and which altcoins also will tackle for this. Okay, so let's go straight to your BTC chart. Okay, so first go straight to your BTC chart. Okay, so right now BTC has two things. Okay, so first it can break this 26,658 support, make a resistance, and then we can enter a short and ride it all the way to 25,963, or it can bounce this support at 26,658 and go all the way to 27,474. Okay, so it's more likely going to reach mostly this resistance, you can say, because it's all the time reaching this resistance around 27,275. Okay, so right now if I show you on the 30 minutes time frame, which is right here, it's breaking this key support, right? This key support at 26,778. So more likely the altcoins is going to go down, as it's going to go all the way from here to here, right? So from this to this distance is going to take decision whether from here it's going to go up from here or it's going to continue down, whether it's going to do, right? So right now we need to take into consideration that and see in the altcoins how it's going to play out in your BTC chart. As you know, your BTC is just ranging from 27,000 to 26,000. Okay, so right now we'll go into the next chart and see into altcoins. But first, if you like content like this, just hit the like, subscribe, hit the like button so you don't miss content like this and you're early to watch, and even YouTube recommends videos like this. Okay, so now continue to the video. Okay, so now we know that it can either break this, and once it makes a resistance, once it breaks, then only we'll enter a short. Okay, and for your longs, it will either bounce this. So we'll take this data and we'll go into your Ethereum chart. Okay, so right now here's your Ethereum chart. Okay, so we know that your BTC is going to go down, so it kind of broke this small support of your Ethereum at 1,847, and it's more probably going to this support at 1,847. Okay, so then it's decision time for Bitcoin. Your Bitcoin will either bounce as your Ethereum will bounce from here, right? If your Bitcoin bounce, but if your Bitcoin breaks its own support at 26,600, that support, your Ethereum also is going to break its support, make a resistance, then only we enter short and we ride it all the way to 1,769. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your AVAX chart. Okay, so your AVAX chart also we know that your Bitcoin is going to go short term little bit down, and then it's kind of a decision time, either it's going to bounce or it's going to break that support, right? So right now your AVAX also is going to go down to, you can say, this support at around $13.95. Okay, so because even if you see your AVAX, it's ranging from around $14.87 to $13.95. It's just ranging here, right? So more probably your AVAX, if you see on a small time frame, is going to break this support. Okay, so it's going to break this support and it's going to go all, once it breaks this support, it's going to go all to $13.95 day. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your Solana chart. Okay, so for Solana chart also we know that Bitcoin is going down. Okay, so just a small short term down, and then after it's going to have a confirmation, either it's going to bounce or P is going to break that support. Okay, so for Solana also, if your Solana breaks this, makes a support and makes a resistance, break the support at $19.88, makes a resistance, and then the confirmation of your BTC is even going more down, then we enter a short right here and we ride your Solana position to $17.27. Okay, but if your Bitcoin bounces that, right, you know that your the Solana also is bouncing. You can see the older frame from $21.35 to $19.88. So it can even bounce from here and go all the way to this resistance, right? Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your dot chart. Okay, so your dot also, as for now, it needs to break this support, and it's more probably going to reach this support at around $5.011, because y'all know your Bitcoin is short, it's in a short time frame to just go down, and then it's going to be decision time, either it's going to break that support to go down or it's going to bounce that support. Okay, so your dot also is on a short time frame, it's going to go down, and from here it's either going to bounce this support, it's either going to bounce this support, or it's going to break this, with your BTC telling you, right? It's going to, your dots are either going to bounce this support to go up to this resistance when your BTC bounce, or it's going to break this support and go all the way to this support for dot $5.011. Because even if you see your dot, right, your dot was just ranging from here $5.48 to $5.23. Okay, so more probably if your Bitcoin bounces, it's going to bounce this and break this resistance, and then again make a higher high, and then we can attack right here, right? So right now we just need to watch your dot chart. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your Cardano. Okay, so your Cardano is going down. Okay, since your Bitcoin also on a short time frame, it's going to go down, right? So mostly your Cardano is going to go to this support. Okay, 0.33 cents. Okay, so from here it's decision time for BTC. Either it's going to go up from there, or it's going to break that support. So your dot will either break this support with your Bitcoin when your Bitcoin does the decision. If it breaks, we can enter short. Once it makes it as a resistance, break this, make resistance, we'll enter short, and we'll ride it all the way to 0.30 cents. But if it bounces, we know that it's going to bounce from 0.33 cents to go to this resistance around 0.35 cents. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your algo. Okay, so you know your algo is just falling from so many times, just falling, but the lowest it has ever gone is around here 0.09 cents. Okay, so if you're bullish on a long term of algo, the CBD trend, then you can attack this algo. Okay, so buying here, if you're buying here, it's a good entry. Okay, so I can wait till it is 0.09 cents. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, and we don't short algo, okay, because that's the bottom, right? So we don't short it. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your near chart. Okay, so a near chart, we know that on a small time frame, Bitcoin is going to go down, and then from there it's either going to bounce that support, or it's going to break that 26,000 support. Okay, so right now your near also is more likely going to go down to, you can say, to this support right here, since it's just dangling here. Okay, so it's just going to go here to this support at around $1.53, $1.45, and then it's either going to break this support, make a resistance, then we can enter short right here. Okay, we can ride it all the way to $1.26. Okay, but if your BTC bounces, right, your near also is going to bounce this small time frame, right? Yeah, this small time frame going to bounce this and reach this resistance around $1.55. Okay, so we need to watch your BTC chart very cautiously, right, to take the action on this other altcoins. Okay, so now let's talk about your next chart, which is your phantom. Okay, so phantom chart, we can see that your phantom is kind of like, it needs to, right now if your BTC bounce, your phantom is going to break this resistance, make support, and it's more probably going to this resistance, right, around 0.35 cents, and then we can enter right here, right? But if your Bitcoin's on a downwards and break that support, your phantom also is going to break this support right here, and it's more probably going to this support at around 0.25 cents, and then we can enter short once it one second, I'll just show you. Once it breaks this support, makes a resistance, then we can enter short right here. Right now it's doing that. Okay, so your Bitcoin is your main confirmation, either it's going down, or either we long it or we short it, but we long it only once it breaks this resistance, makes support. Okay, so now let's go straight to your crypto trends. Okay, so and if you want to see the exact confirmation where I take trades, right, just join the Discord exactly when I'm buying and selling each of the altcoins. I'll let you know in the Discord. The link will be in the description below. Okay, so I will enter a Discord, and then from there I'll tell you exactly where I'm entering the position. Okay, so now let's go into your crypto trends. Okay, so right now STX pumped 20%, then kava, then quant. Okay, so that's, we'll check on the, we'll go into crypto trends. Okay, so if this is STX chart, okay, So if your Bitcoin is on a upwards trend, right, it bounces at 26,000, would be a good entry to be entering into STX. Okay, so because there's a lot of buying pressure. Okay, so more probably it's going to do this triangle here, or you can say, and then it's going to take off. That's until if Bitcoin bounces at 26,000 support. Okay, so next chart, let's go into your is Woo. Okay, so if your Woo, right, your Woo trade, if your BTC bounces, then good, then we can even watch a Woo trade. Okay, so now let's go into your small term time frame and let's put a small here. Okay, somewhere here let's put it. Okay, so more probably if your Bitcoin bounces at 26, your Woo also will do some, it'll kind of do a triangle thing here, and more probably on the right now it's going to go here, and right now it's going to break that. That's going to do a triangle right here. Okay, it's going to break it, right? That's until if your Bitcoin bounces. So we need to even watch on Woo. Okay, so then let's go into your next one, which you need to watch if your Bitcoin is, if your Bitcoin is bullish, we need to watch on Lido also. Okay, so right now if you go on a small time frame, 30 minutes time frame, we'll see that right now your Lido also is doing this small triangle pattern right here. Okay, so if your Bitcoin bounces, we need to watch into Woo. Okay, so till now it's not doing anything, it just did a triangle, and because your Bitcoin is bearish, this thing is going down. But if your Bitcoin comes to bullish side, we need to enter it right here. Okay, so this guy is already going, maybe at the most it's going to break this support and come here. Okay, and then from here we can see whether it does the triangle here or it breaks it. Okay, so we need to watch into Lido. Okay, want to watch the trade exactly I'm taking, just join the Discord below. Okay, so the next trade we need to watch is 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. This is okay, so this is on the 30 minutes time frame. Okay, so we need to watch in 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. So this is kind of a small support over here. So from here it will either bounce if your Bitcoin bounces, or it's going to, if your Bitcoin breaks the support, this thing is going to go down. But we need to watch it only if your Bitcoin bounce will attack this token 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀. Okay, so because your 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀𝘀 is mostly going to go up. Okay, so now let's go into your next token, which we need to watch is if your Bitcoin only bounces, we'll watch into Quant also. Okay, so only if your Bitcoin bounces that 26,000, we'll watch into Quant, because more probably this guy too will bounce this kind of this support, and it's more probably going to go even more higher. Okay, so we need to watch on Quant. Okay, so if you want to know the exact trades that I'm taking, just Discord link is there in the below. You can enter a Discord, and then from there I'll put the trade. Okay, so now if your Bitcoin is bearish, we need to short this coins. Okay, so if your Bitcoin is bearish, it doesn't break that, if it breaks that 26,000 support, your render chart will kind of make a resistance right here, and we can short it right here, and we can ride it all the way to here, $2.090, right? This is until if Bitcoin is bearish. Okay, so we need to watch into render tokens. Okay, so now the next token, if your Bitcoin is bearish, we'll even watch IMX. Okay, so if your Bitcoin breaks that support, we'll even watch IMX, that your IMX is more probably going to break its own support right here at around 0.71. Once it makes a support, once it makes a resistance, sorry, we'll enter it here, and we'll ride it all the way to the next support right here, somewhere here it will be mostly. Okay, so if you want to watch the exact trade that I'm taking, just enter the Discord. Okay, so now let's talk about your next one. If Bitcoin is bearish, we'll even attack on sand. Okay, so if Bitcoin breaks that support at 26, your sand also is kind of going to break this support right here. Okay, so once it breaks it, makes a resistance, then only we'll attack right here. Okay, and we'll ride it all the way to this, to kind of this next resistance over here. Okay, so mainly it will be here. Okay, see, tops of this. Okay, so we'll enter it right here, take profits. Okay, so that's for sand, only if your Bitcoin is bearish. Okay, so now let's go into your crypto news. Okay, so the first news, optimism successfully completes bedrock hard fork, reducing deposit time, layer 1 fees. Okay, so as of you all know that optimism is a layer 2, and right now the optimism network has completed its bedrock upgrade. Okay, so what this bedrock upgrade has done to optimism token, the layer 2, it the first update is gas optimization. Okay, so what this gas optimization does is it results in a low gas fees on the for the optimism users. Okay, so and this upgrade has even enhanced security against bridges exploit. As you know, we have many bridges exploit, right? So there's a better security on the bridges exploit. Okay, it enhanced the security. Okay, so now let's talk about the OP token. Okay, so if you see about the OP token, as we know that there was a recently unlock for the OP token, and the token has just been dangling down. Okay, so if you want to attack on your OP token and your Bitcoin even bounces that 26,000, you all can buy it right here at around $1.34. Okay, so the optimism. Okay, so we go to the news. Okay, so I know where to buy it right here. And the the optimism network also, they're trying to build a super chain. Okay, so while being a layer 2. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is the Polkadot decoded 2023 brings Web3 community to Denmark. Okay, with speakers from Vodafone, 𝗧𝗶𝗺𝗀 and more. Okay, so right now, you know, Polkadot is kind of having a decode at 2023 brings Web3 community. Okay, with the headlines you can see. Okay, so what this event will do is likely going to increase the interest and attention on the Polkadot ecosystem. Okay, so we need to watch on the Polkadot ecosystem. Okay, so right now it's going to be on 20 June 28th to 29th. Okay, so mostly this will be tell the news at this June 29th, 28th to 29th. So right now if you're watching, you can watch on the Polkadot ecosystem or on the dot token. More safer is just focusing on the dot coin. Okay, so we'll go on the dot coin right now and we'll see the dot token. Okay, so right now your Bitcoin bounces, we know we need to wait and watch that. Okay, so right now your dot's right here. Okay, so either your dot's going to bounce this, we need to attack. Okay, so mostly the token will start giving like this, a high, then only we'll attack. Okay, so we know on the 28, 29 we need to sell the tokens. Okay, as normal. Okay, so now let's talk about your next news, which is here. Apple confirms acquisition of AR startup Mira following Vision Pro launch reports. Okay, so as we know that Apple has, with this news, that Apple has confirmed the acquisition of Mira. Okay, so what is Mira? It's an augmented reality AR startup that specializes in hand-free handset-free smartphone powered headset. Okay, so this is mostly to the metaverse tokens, right? So mostly these tokens only will start pumping. Okay, so if you want to know what the handset that they've recently launched is here, Apple's Vision Pro handset. The next news, handset reveals swap metaverse for, okay, let me read it properly again. Okay, Apple's Vision Pro handset. Okay, so now let's go to the Apple's Vision Pro handset, which is right here. Okay, so this is the Apple, they've released this handset. Okay, so I'm not putting the volume. See, this is the handset, is quite cool, right? Vision Pro. Okay, so now let's pause it. Now let's go to the news again. Reveals swap metaverse for partial computing. Okay, so they have not used the word metaverse. Okay, so they have used this word partial computing. Okay, so they neglected the word of metaverse. But if you see in the long term, right, the metaverse token, even when this news came, because your Bitcoin dumped, right, so all these tokens are all, your render token also pumped little bit, and then it went on a downwards trend from there. Okay, but if you see on a 24 hours, which actually coins, the actual coins that actually pumped were Wilder Words, then Cinders. Those tokens pumped gradually with this news, but the Apple people have not used the word metaverse, so it's not directly linked. But in the short term, your metaverse token will go down. Okay, so if you ask me how the metaverse looks, right, so the metaverse looks like this. So the metaverse is quite cool. This guy is standing with this handset, right? So you can see that it's looking quite cool, right? And if you see the inside of the metaverse, which is here, this how the metaverse looks. It's quite cool. So in the long run, we need to check on the metaverse token, okay, and on your dot ecosystem 28th 29th for your dot, right, June 29th, okay. So this news is more probably going to increase the metaverse token, which we need to watch, okay. So that's it for your crypto trend. That's it for crypto news. If you like content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, ping the notification bell on so don't miss content like this, and enter the Discord for my exact precise trades, okay. So peace, crypto.